I am smart. I eat all my vegetables, and doggone it, I'm reasonably hygienic too. It's Tom! Hi friends, it's Tom. Have you ever been in a rut? Maybe feel like you haven't gotten the credit that you deserve? Sure, we've all been there, right? But I decided to do something about it. And I'll tell you why I did it, what I did, and how I did it so that you can do the same if you'd like. So stay tuned for all of that, as well as what I learned from it. Recently, I devoted 15 minutes per day for an entire month to writing and repeating daily affirmations to myself. And I thumbed them into my phone while I was on the stationary bike. Multitasking. I repeated these affirmations every single day over the course of a month. After a few days, though, I pretty much had them memorized, which was great because then I could just repeat them to myself in my daily commute, as well as when I was working out and before my other half woke up. More multitasking. Why did I do this? Well, I found myself in a little bit of a rut. I don't want to call it depressing, really, but it wasn't necessarily fun either. If you've ever found yourself in a same old rut, then you know what I'm talking about. I knew I had to shake myself out of this feeling, but how? Quick, to the internet! After a brief search, I found tons of articles and videos that were very informative, as well as some links to self-help gurus who promised everything for low monthly payments. A lot of what I found looked like it would be helpful. Some of what I found seemed like snake oil. But not a lot that I found jibed with my personal sensibilities. Trust me when I say unto you that repeating daily affirmations were the closest to my sensibilities. And they weren't that close, but they were the closest. But frankly, the thought of even repeating daily affirmations, it seemed silly. It seemed ridiculous. It seemed like an old SNL skit. Making copies! No, the other one. But hey, they were free. So I figured I'd take a chance. Besides, I figured I'd only be repeating them when no one was around, or at least quietly enough so that nobody could hear me. There were a couple other reasons I decided to go this route. First, sometimes in this world ain't nobody gonna give you credit, so it's up to you to give yourself credit. And second, and in my way of thinking, perhaps more importantly, it's important to take stock of yourself every now and again and figure out exactly what you bring to the party. So what did I learn? Well, like I said before, at first I felt ridiculous repeating daily affirmations, but I got over it pretty quickly. In fact, I got over it before the end of the first day. And I think that's in a large part due to the fact that I committed fully to the experience. And the daily practice, well, it just seemed to normalize it for me. What I found, though, actually surprised me. I found that repeating the daily affirmations actually filled me with more confidence and made me happier. I was reminded that I'm in control of how I feel and how my day goes. We're all in control of how we feel, in fact, and we should do things that make us feel good and feel happy.
And if I can change, then you can change. We can all change.
Also realized that I have a lot more good things about me than I realized before starting this process. And so do you. Here's the thing. Everyone has more positives than they realize or are willing to give themselves credit for. And I mean everyone. Honestly, yeah, I felt like I was bragging. But I figured I was only bragging to myself.
Bragging to myself.
And it ain't bragging if it's true. Here's the thing. Most of us grew up with people telling us not to get too big for our own britches and not to toot our own horn. But if you don't toot your own horn, at least to yourself, who's going to do it for you?
Do, 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 do.
I've got to tell you, these affirmations started my day off great. And when I did have a rough day, I repeated a few of the affirmations and got back on track. Here's the thing. I'm not a new age, warm, fuzzy guy. I fancy myself a pragmatist. I rely more on facts than anything else. And the fact is, after repeating my daily affirmations, I couldn't wait to take on the day. I actually looked forward to what the day held. Was this just a matter of me talking myself into being enthusiastic? Oh, you bet, absolutely. But it made the month great. And here's the thing. If you believe that you're excited, then you are excited. And if you believe you're happier, then you are happier. The first day of the following month, I decided to run a test and stop repeating the affirmations and see if it made any difference. And it did. After the first week, I was back in my rut. So I decided to start doing them again. They don't take much time and they make me happier, so the return on investment is pretty good. And I can recite them while I'm doing something else.
More multitasking.
If you enjoyed this video, were a little informed, perhaps inspired, maybe a little entertained, then you can do some multitasking by hitting the like button down below and subscribing if you haven't done yet. You know who I am. It's Tom, and I'll see you next time.